sideways.
On my
Yeah.
phone or on Zoom?
No. Add it
On the
to
Zoom,
your,
on the
add it
Zoom. Add
on
it to
the
your
Zoom.
phone
Yeah,
first.
add it to the background. We're going live.
I should wait.
Oh, can you mute yourself, Wanda, for a few?
Good morning. Good morning. We are live. We are live. How's everybody doing?
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good
Happy
morning.
Monday. Happy Monday, everyone.
Happy Monday, everyone.
Yeah.
Getting ready to start the week. And
Yes, we're getting ready to start
with
the
the
week.
Ryan
How's
Wednesday.
everybody's weekend? Well, how's everybody's weekend?
Was
Oh,
good.
Very good.
again.
It was
I
good.
was home.
Excellent, happy. Happy to be here.
I didn't
Happy
go
to
out
be
this
here.
weekend.
You didn't go out this week? What happened?
I stayed home this week and it was good.
Oh yeah, us too. We didn't do much. We went to IKEA and that's it.
No, I did maintenance on myself. Everything.
You did maintenance on yourself?
That's
Oh,
important.
that's funny. That's funny.
Yes, I need to balance and
All right. Awesome. All right, so we
oil
have
change and everything.
say it again.
I worked this weekend. I worked like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, open houses, marathon open house. That's what
That's
I call it.
good. That's
There
good.
you go. There you go.
That's really good.
Wanda.
That's the way to
Very
rock and
Cesar,
roll.
good.
Maria is
You gotta work. You gotta work.
Cesar, Maria tried to log in.
Okay, remember this is live, so please make sure that you have your camera on, that you have everything you need on and background on, and then we can definitely get you guys be part of the panel.
All right. Awesome. Awesome.
All
So
right.
let's get started with the announcements. I know Priscilla, you had some announcements.
We do have several announcements. So happy Monday, everyone. Thank you for joining us at 8 a.m. every Monday, YouTube Live. You can find us on Facebook. If you missed this call, you can go back and go ahead and review the call once again. That's why we have it recorded. That's why we have it in YouTube as well. So thank you, everyone, for waking up early and starting your week with the right mindset. So we're going to start off with a couple different events. Then we have events either for the office and events for what is called Evolution Network in English. So we have an event from the office coming up. It's August 9th. We'd like everyone to participate. I want to thank, because yesterday I was talking to a lot of you guys. Thank you for your donations. This is a back to school event. This is when we give back to the community. And I had a great response yesterday for a lot of you guys who donate some funds for us to be able to buy this backpack. So again, this event's going to be August 9th. I'm trying to make it super big to make sure that we help the community. We help those kids in need. We help those family who needs this supplies for the kids. So if you had not done it yet, reach out to me. We're going to share the link, but it's a great opportunity for, again, as a team that we're here to be able to give back. That's what we're here for.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. So if you know, I
Again,
want to say something on that too. If you know anyone that could be a good sponsor to help out and give back in the community, especially to the kids, because that's something, seeing those kids pick up those backpacks every year, that's something that's very rewarding. And it's something that is that there are a lot of people in need, and they definitely, help out when someone participates with that. So if you have anybody that might be that could be a sponsor to help out with this event to give back to the kids, it'll be great as well. Let Priscilla know as well.
yes, please let us know. Like I said, we're going to be having food for the kids. We're going to have music. They can come into the office, pick up the wonderful backpack. We're trying to make it super fun for them. And again, once again, it's a way to give back. Another big event, if you see, we all have their link and we all have the name Hakamaka, which is me in English, checkmate. And it's gonna happen on August 21st, August 22nd at the Caribbean Roger Orlando. This is one of the kind of events that we are partnered with Evolution Network. Again, this is gonna be the namesake, checkmate, it's a strategy, how to be able to grow your business. You're going to learn from the best of the best in the industry. And this is the right time because we are almost in the last quarter of the year. So if you really want to pick up your business, want to take it to the next level, you don't want to miss this event. We have a special guest, of course, on the event. And this is the first time, let me mention, this is the first time we're going to go do it bilingual. So again, you will miss anything because we do have an app for you guys to be able to listen to the translation. And again, you won't be disappointed. So we have one of the guest speakers named Cesar Ball, and he's a luxury expert. He's actually had led big brands such as like Prada, Carolina Herrera, Valentino. So if you want to learn how to market your own self, how to market your brand as a luxury department, you don't want to miss him. We also have Marcelo Bernardo. He's a personal branding expert. Again, we want to make sure that we learn how to brand ourselves. A lot of time we're trying to sell the house or trying to sell ourselves. But we, as an agent, learning how to be able to put ourselves together out there, and that will represent, more sales for you. And we also have Michelle Pegado. She's an international coach. And again, it's been in many different countries. So if you're looking for someone who can expand your business to other country, definitely someone that you don't want to miss. Again, it's 2 days packed with a lot of knowledge, a lot of information for us to be able to, again, take our business to the next level. The days, once again, is August 21st, August 22nd. We had 2 different layers of tickets, and you can find it if you scan the QR code. We have the VIP is the one that I recommend. Since the VIP, you're going to be sitting up front. You're going to also have free parking. You will have the opportunity to meet behind the scene with a lot of this guest speaker, and you also have an after-hour party at 5 p.m. on the first date on the 21st, where you can mingle with a lot of people that you own, not only realtors, but also, again, with a lot of the guest speakers. Again, you don't want to miss out the opportunity. I believe there are tickets still on sale. So you don't want to go ahead and miss a date. Actually, raise the price every 2 weeks. So I highly recommend you to check the link and be able to register. All right, guys.
Yes, QR code.
QR code. Scan your QR code, guys.
Yeah, don't miss it.
Don't miss it.
It's a great event. It's going to be a great event.
Absolutely. All right, guys. So let's start our Mindset Monday today. And we have a great subject, Cesar, that we're going to dip in and be able to help you guys get that mindset going.
Yes, it's a really good one today. The topic for today is going to be the value is in your head, not in the market, because I think this is one of the biggest things all of us struggle with more. It's what's in our mind versus what's going on the outside. Because the thing is that the value doesn't come from the market or the economy or even your current results. It comes from the way you think, you speak, and you carry yourself. Those are things that are very, very important on how we are portraying ourselves. Our confidence is internal, and that is something that is extremely important, especially when things are not going the way we hope to, when we hope they will be going. So the results follow the belief that you have in yourself, and it helps you set the tone. Okay, so the market doesn't determine your value. It's your mindset. Your mindset determines your value. So if you think like someone who is unworthy or unsure or undeserving, your business will reflect that. That is something that you can tell when someone is not walking in confidence. You can tell when someone's walking in a way that it's not the way the confident realtor or the real estate agent that person is. You can definitely tell that. Because the thing is that it's a biblical thing. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So that's something that is what's in your heart. If it's in your heart and you're not confident within, you don't have confidence within yourself, and you don't have the belief that you are that realtor and that successful agent that you can become, then that's going to reflect when you're out there. And that is so, so important. So we're going to be talking and discussing about 4 main points here, which are going to be your confidence sets your commission. Number 2 is mindset determines your momentum. Number 3, perception drives production. And number 4, external conditions don't define your internal calling. Those are the 4 points that we're going to discuss today. So I know Ray wanted to discuss. I know Ray is a real confidence, has a lot of confidence. So Ray, let's talk about that first one.
I don't think I'm confident. You think I'm confident. So thank you. So no, honestly, this one is really big for me. And as soon as I saw it, I told Cesar, this is one of the points I definitely want to touch on. My confidence actually came from when I worked at my previous firm. He was a killer, and he was only 24 years old, and everybody was looking to him for guidance in the REO market. And I saw the confidence in that person. So when I saw it, I was like, okay, he's leading me. He's confident. I got to be confident too. So I remember going on my first listing appointment, and the confidence really came from me believing that I can close on that house, that I can sell that house. And the story's crazy because this is how strong confidence is. Everything in the area, the market had tanked. Everything in the area was selling for $90,000. He wanted $160,000 for his house, and I was confident enough to say, "I'm going to get you $160,000." I got the listing, brought it back to the office, showed it to him, to my broker at the time. He goes, "What are you, crazy? We can't get 160 for this." And I'm like, "We're going to get 160 for this." We list the property within a month. We get an offer for 160 cash. It was a pastor who needed a 6-bedroom house. This was the only 6-bedroom house in the area. And I knew what we had when I saw it. And I was confident enough to do that. So you have to always understand that they're not looking. And by the way, just so you guys know, I charged 8% on this deal. So they weren't looking for the cheapest person. They were looking for the person that actually felt like they can do the job. And that's what I did. And I'm telling you, you have to have confidence. And I'm not saying, don't confuse your confidence for cockiness. Don't make sure that if you don't know, say you don't know. Don't make the mistakes that I made where I was like, saying gibberish through the transaction when I didn't know. And I learned really quickly that it was okay to be confident, but also be able to say, I haven't dealt with that situation. I apologize. Let me talk to one of my colleagues that has, and I'll get back to you to give you an answer for that. It's so refreshing to the customer to know that you don't know everything, right? Because you are a human being. But it also, the confidence in the way you say it and the way you express yourself gave him the confidence that, okay, he's going to go get an answer from someone that he knows that does better. Because, I always say we have a big team. We have a team of 3,000 agents. So, and I use that to my advantage in most cases. So there's somebody on the team that probably been through that situation. I'm going to go find it, and I have the confidence to go find it. I know who to talk to. So confidence is very, very important. If you don't have confidence, they see it through it, and your value just diminishes by the minute. Always remember that when you're in front of a customer and they don't see your confidence, it will start to diminish your value right then and there in real time. So be sure to understand that confidence is not knowledge. Confidence is just knowing, hey, I know how to get. Here's the problem. I know how to get to the solution. That's going to draw you confidence.
That's very true. Priscilla, you have your hand up?
Yeah, I've had a saying that said, what you believe about yourself is what others believe about you. So that goes along with having that confidence on yourself. So if you believe like Ray, if he were going into that appointment and believe that this is not going to happen, I'm not going to be able to sell it, that stays right here in your mindset, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So believing in yourself, believe about that you be able to do it, getting there with confidence, feel it, don't fake it. Because like you said, you can tell when you fake it.
That's true. I want to add something he mentioned too that pointed out a lot was the part that you said that you charge 8%. Of course, I don't know what year you did this, but 8% is still way above normal, even when it was before. And you mentioned that. So at the end of the day, people don't pay for the cheapest agent. They pay for the most confident one, the one they feel the most trust, and the one that they feel that they're gonna be able to get the job done. Because that's why this topic is so important, because this thing of your mindset is so important, because your commission, your income, all that's gonna come from your mindset, your message. Because if your mindset is not in the confident one, your message is gonna go down, and it's not gonna bring the most value when you put out your message. And then your movement. Another part is the biggest part of that is movement, because I know he had to move because he had to sell that property. So that was something that was cool. That was good. That was real good.
Also, C's, real quick, I want people to understand too that when I charged that 8%, I was confident to get it. This was back in 08, right? This happened back in 08. This was the first time we went into listings where we weren't doing REOs. We did REOs from 2006. We were doing all new construction. Then 2007, the market started to see volatility, and then in 2008, market crashed. We started doing REOs. 2008, while we were doing REOs, we were also opening up the listing department, which was crazy. And that's where we started, values were going down as we were listing. So it just knowing what you needed to do. But in regards to what you were saying about me being confident about the 8%, I charge 8% now. I charge 8% now. So like if I sit with someone and someone says to me, you know, what do you charge? And I did my listing appointment on Wednesday. I don't know whoever was in that class would have noticed that I don't talk commission, right? Because talking commission only devalues it, right? What we want to talk about is purpose, right? They said Jesus didn't walk on water, he walked on purpose, right? So when you're in the presentation, just understand that when you're in that presentation, you want to make sure that the customer understands that there's a purpose, there's a goal that they have. Okay. It doesn't matter how much I charge. What matters is, did you hit your goal? Okay. Did you hit your goal? And 9 times out of 10, their goal is less than the number that you're going to present, because they don't even know what they're going to get back. Because they're going to ask you the question. The question to you is, how much am I going to get back? Well, after we do all this, this is what you're going to get. And they see that bottom number, the commission's in there at 8%. They don't realize it because they got their number. So always remember, whatever their goal is, always have the confidence to go in there and say, and tell them the difference. If they do bring it up, I tell them the difference. And I always use the doctor analogy. Let's say you have a life and death surgery that has to happen, right? Life or death. Okay. Would you rather use a doctor that has done it a million times and it's an expert in the field? Or would you rather use a doctor that's doing it for the first time?
Of course.
You're going to be
Definitely
his
the
test
one that-
subject.
the
Okay,
one
which one
that
charges
years
more?
at least.
Which one charges more?
Yeah, the
You
big
see what I
the
mean?
One.
The one that's done it a million times. So I'm that doctor. Now you gave him a connection. I'm the guy that's been here for almost 20 years. And I have done it for almost 20 years as a full-time agent, never had a job. And that's why I charge why I charge. And that's what you have to do. Just stay confident in that, and don't buckle, don't bend, don't break. And always understand too, one of the biggest keys is our fear of pricing. Like we'll take their price, right? That was the first thing I did. That was what happened in 2008. I took their price, but I had confidence that I could sell it because I knew the house was completely different than all the other houses in the area, right? Because he added 2 bedrooms and stuff like that. So he ended up having 6 bedrooms. Everyone else had 3 to 4, right? So that confidence is important. And the way you get it is by knowing and going in there and just being you. Stay genuine in your confidence as well.
Yeah, because the thing is that I'm sorry. The thing is that sometimes people, they feel like they have to be someone else. And
Yeah,
at the
no.
same time, that hurts us. And
Correct.
the point is, be yourself. Of course, you know that you are in a business that you have to be prepared. And the way you get prepared is by obtaining knowledge, getting training, and working through all those things that you have that are hindering you. And you
Yep.
know those things. Everybody knows what hinders everyone. What are the biggest fears everybody knows their fears. So if you know your fears now, you have to address those things, and that's how you start building confidence in this.
Mhm.
Yep.
Norma, you got your hand up. Then we'll go on to the second topic, which is in the second
Yes.
point, which is the mindset determines momentum.
Ray,
Norma.
that is very good. But how do you explain to the new agent who's watching us that they haven't done a millions deals at the same, like you, how to apply that concept on them?
So
Well,
basically, the biggest
oh.
confident, real quick, just
sorry.
a quick answer,
Go ahead.
and then you could go. So with me, what gave me confidence right away was the mentor that I had. So find a mentor that knows what they're doing and let that mentor guide you. Having a good, strong mentor that already has gone through that road will help you tremendously. So I know for a fact that when you're a new agent, money's tight and stuff like that, but go work under a leader for free, or go work under a leader for a percentage, right? And let them show you the way. I mean, that's what I did my career, and it was phenomenal. I mean, it helped me tremendously. It helped me grow so much faster than every other agent around me, because I was letting him lead me, and I was giving up 75% of my commission for it. And I was okay with it because I was closing more volume than anybody was at the time. So definitely look for a mentor, a leader, someone that can guide you.
Yeah, true.
Now, I want to say with that's one point that Ray was saying about going under someone that's more experienced. But as I mentioned before, I mean, as a newer agent, a lot of the newer agents are not creating that momentum and that movement they need to be creating. So one way to build that confidence, to understand the market, going back and reviewing the market, seeing the numbers, seeing what's going on the market, focusing on an area, learning your craft. You know, there are so many trainings online that people can use to build their confidence and build that knowledge. That way they can have that confidence when they're standing in front of somebody. But the thing is that a lot of us fail to do it because we're focusing on the wrong thing. We have no purpose. We have no guidance in regards to where we want to be at. So since we don't have the purpose or the guidance to where we want to be at, then we're focusing on distractions, focusing on everything that's going on, and we focus on everything and never get really focused on something. And then I'm asking why are we not doing what we're supposed to do? And then that's when it starts hurting our confidence, because if we're not producing money, then our confidence gets hit really bad. But there are so many things that agents can do to really gain confidence. YouTube videos, learning their craft, taking trainings, like Ray said, joining on a team, or getting on a working with a mentor, or just getting a mentor through a percentage. Doesn't have to be as high as 75%, but it's something that you can definitely do to help you gain that confidence that you need to be able to be successful in the business, and give that confidence to clients when you're talking in front of them. So the second topic, let's go to the second one. Priscilla, I know you wanted to discuss this one.
No, let's keep going. Let's keep going. What's the second topic that we have?
Mindset determines momentum.
Okay. Well, one of the things that I would say with the momentum too is a lot of us, it's especially with, like, I would look back when you first got your driver license, you're so excited, you just want to get that car and go out and show off. And then after a while, and I'm pretty sure everyone in this call, you're like, oh my God, I have to get out. I have to go out there. Did I really need to? Can I just do Uber Eats instead of me driving? How that momentum goes down. It goes down for all of us.
Yeah.
And how do we keep ourselves motivated, especially in a market that goes up and down? And one of the things that I believe is to shift your mindset to move with the market. That's the key. Market always going to go up and down. We're going to have motivation sometimes. Other days we go ahead and hear the news and we think everything's going down south. How is it that some agents, no matter what the rates are out there, no matter what is on the news, what word is going around, what is going on with any other president, they still drive through it. They still press forward. And it had to do a lot with that mindset. How to shift it. So one other thing I noticed, like back in 2008, I know I wasn't a realtor back then, but I think Ray and Norma, they're in this call, both of them were. And a lot of agents left the market. A lot of agents quit. And some of the agents switched the mindset and was like, this is the time for me to really make it out there. This is the time for me to go out there and out and switch it to work with short sales, to work.
You want to talk about,
yeah.
You want to talk about scary, Priscilla? We went from 140,000 agents to 14,000 agents on the MLS.
Wow.
Like this. It was crazy. It was the craziest thing we ever seen. But we saw that as an opportunity. You know, top producers, we look at it as an opportunity. That means more business for us. And it ended up being that way.
That's true.
I want to say something on that, because you said something right now, from 14,000 agents to, from 140?
140,000 to 14,000 on the MLS. So we had 140 in 2008 on the MLS, and it dropped to 14,000 in renewals.
So
once we renewed.
Imagine you as a new
and that was in our MLS. That means Orlando,
MLS.
Stellar. Yeah.
So that's just this area. So imagine as a new agent, you are listening and looking at all that is going on. Your belief in yourself and the belief in the market is going to completely drop. And that's why it's so important that you have purpose. That's why it's so important that when you're working on your mindset, you got to shut off all the noise. You got to shut off everything that's going on out there, because the thing is that there's always something bad going on. There's always something going on. But if we start listening to everything, especially something like that, going from 140,000 to 14,000 agents, people leaving the market, leaving the business. That's rough, huh? That what happened?
That's a huge drop. I didn't even know.
That's a huge drop. And that's gonna definitely hit some realtors. Not only new agents, even top producer agents probably. But it's real thing when you're in line and understand the purpose, and you understand where you're headed, and understand that it doesn't matter what's going on. That is going to continue. You're going to continue going forward. You're going to continue moving forward no matter what's going on, because since you're thinking in that tone, in that manner, now you're thinking of ways of adapting. Okay, what am I gonna adapt to do? If we focus on the distractions, then we get like engulfed by those distractions, and we can't even think outside those distractions. And if we are set, okay, no, my purpose is this. I know where I'm going. I know how much income I need to make. I need to support my family. I need to do this. I need to do this and the third. Then you are going to figure out a way to adapt to whatever the situation is going on. And that's why it's so
100%.
important that everything starts right up here. Everything
Mindset.
starts.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why we need to attend to these trainings every so often as a realtor. Attending to seminar and training help us a whole lot, no matter how many years you've been in the business.
Yeah.
Miranda, you have your hands up.
Yes. I always say mindset shapes reality. But then you don't need to be a skill, have a lot of skills to sell, because everything was selling at the same day. You don't need to have the skills. Everybody who was mortgage broker become realtor become mortgage broker. They do both. It was very easy. No training, no coach. They sell it by themselves. You want to buy? Okay, let's do it. That's it. But when the market shift, then your skills made you unstoppable. Why? Because you need to, like Joe La Rosa say, embrace and adapt. This is the new market that's going to do short sales and foreclosure. That was the time. You need to adapt, because real estate is in evolution constantly. Every 5-7 years is a new things. It's an evolution. You need to be, with your skills to adapt to every market, because every market is good. Everybody say, wow, 2008 was a crash. No, a lot of people make a lot of money. I make a lot of money with foreclosure. Sadly, I'd say that because it was tough, but you make money in every market. It's just your mindset. Your mindset shapes reality.
Yep, and the momentum to helps you continue the momentum. You mentioned something, adapting. They adapt to foreclosures and short sales. But if you're engulfed by all the insecurity, or engulfed by all of the uncertainty, then there's no way of adapting to it. There's no way of adapting, because you don't see a way out. I like saying this because we have wrote this down. And Peter walked on water until he sank until his mindset shift to fear, and he started sinking. And that's crazy, because the moment we keep focusing on that negativity, on the fear I'm not gonna make it, the fear I'm not gonna do this, you automatically start sinking. You start sinking immediately. And that is so true right there. If we can't figure out a way to stay focused on the purpose, that way the fear that's gonna come in, because we're gonna have fear no matter what, doesn't sink us. It does not. It will help you not get. It will help us not sink, basically, if we're focused on that purpose. So, Magda,
Cesar, I wanna. Sorry,
go ahead, Wanda. Go ahead.
You can go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I cannot. The phone here is not working for me. But
Okay.
I want to say that in order for everything that we talk about, and in order for us to stay focused and not looking at at what is going on out there, you have to stay plugged in with everything, like plug in with the community, plug in with your group, with your office, whoever, the trainings and everything that is going on that you have on hand, to be able to stay plugged in with your all the trainings that instead of watching the news and thinking, oh, interest rates, this is going to crash, it's not going to crash. It's like focusing on, okay, let me see what I can learn, what is my community giving me, and stay plugged in that way. We stay focused, and that confidence stay in, instead of listening to the noise out there.
Yep,
That's
that's what I was
so
gonna
true,
say.
Wanda.
Stop listening to the noise, because the noise are hurt.
Noise. Yep.
Mhm.
Awesome.
And that's why we have to have a big why. If we don't have a big Why we don't focus in the right mindset. We got to have our mindset clear what we want to accomplish. That way, if we are clear, it's not, you have no way to go to somewhere else. So you got to be thinking of what you want, why you want that, and be focused on that. So your mindset is your marketing, your confidence, your clarity, and you believe in what you offer. Show up in every conversation, post, and client interaction. That is the key. We got to be focused in our job, focus in our business, in the people we want to go and talk with, and the client that we want to get. So it's very important for us to be clear in our mindset.
That's so
Magda,
true.
this is very good. It's like the horses when they race, they are, they go
Blinders.
to
Mhm.
the mind.
Yeah.
Just go to the goal, to the
Yep.
to the end.
Mhm,
To the end.
mhm.
It's true.
Now, let's go right into the third point, which was perception drive production. So I want to start off with a question with this one. The question is, are you showing up online in person like the expert that you are? Because the thing is that when we start listening to the distractions, we start listening to everything that's going on, we start internalizing all those negative things, and then the activities that we're supposed to be doing, then we stop doing them. We start lacking off on the activities. We're like, oh, we'll leave it for tomorrow. We start procrastinating the activities that we're supposed to be doing because perception. I have a big thing, especially with social media. I always said that it's all perception in social media, because sometimes you may think someone's doing amazing and they're not. They're just out there recording and putting themselves in front of people, and that is so important because if right now, let's say for example, we don't have nothing to do. The only thing the one thing that we can do is go out to the community, start recording, start just putting things online and on social media because that's gonna start putting you in front. Especially if there's agents coming out because of the way the market. No, you're not listening to nothing. And your perception is no, the market is great. We're gonna get through our purpose. We're gonna go where we need to be. And you're out there working and hustling out there and putting the work in. And believe me, that work does pay off. It does pay off. And if you have the confidence when you're speaking out there online or you're doing videos, that is something that you're gonna basically be able to portray in front of the cameras, that confidence, and that people can trust you and that you're going to be able to help them find that home. So I feel that perception has a lot to do with the production because of the fact that is how we're being perceived out there online. Are people perceiving us as an agent that is basically leaving or not being active, or that we're being perceived as an agent that is an expert because we're out there, always out there online and doing what we need to do, making the phone calls, staying active? So I wanted to start off with that. What do you guys think about that?
Your self-image sets your income. So that's very important, the self-image you get online. I see that, a lot of agents get a lot of very distracted. We all have to remind ourselves that the social media is our marketing tool. A lot of time we forget that. And we start posting things probably not related whatsoever what we're trying to accomplish. So be mindful about your self-image. Be very mindful where you're going, who you're with, and what you're posting, because all of that comes to being, to be able to perceive you in a different way. Also, if you see yourself as an average realtor, you would perform as an average. You will attract that. A lot of I've seen agents as well that getting into the luxury department. So one thing they do is they go and do videos on that particular property. If you say that's what I say, your self-image is your income, where you want to be, what type of clients you want to attract. You want to work with particular group of clients, particular group of income. So go ahead and start making this video. Go ahead and start showing up there. Go ahead and start making those promotions so that way you can go ahead and start attracting those clients to you. I know, Ray.
Yeah. Also, yes, I wanted to touch on that because perception drives production. It definitely does. But depending on the perception that you want to create, you also have to go back to number one. You have to create the confidence and the knowledge, right? I asked a girl one time, I was sitting in my office. She's like, I want to sell $1 million houses. And I said, okay, explain to me what's that on the floor that connects the floor with the floor with the wall. That's that little base. What is it called? And I even said the word base. The girl didn't know what it was. I'm like, that's a baseboard. If you're going to sell $1 million home, you're going to notice that the people, the higher the price point, the more knowledgeable people you're working with. And they know the houses all the way down to who the architect was. But you have to be careful when you want to work in that space. You want to make sure that you have the knowledge to be able to work in that space. Okay. So you got to know everything. Matter of fact, those agents, they don't get there when the customer gets there. They get there 30 minutes before, view the property, or they've done their research before going out to the property. They know everything and anything there is about a property, because the average, and here's the cool part, the average millionaire looks at 5 properties and makes a choice on one of those 5. They won't look at more than 5. They're not looking at 30, 40 like everybody else. Okay. So understand, whatever market you're touching, look at how many touches you're going to need. What do you want to portray to them? What do you want them to see of you online? You know, what is it that is attracting you to them? And just understand that market is not a market that you tap into just to tap into. That is a market that you have to create networks in those markets. If you want to be at that high level, you have to create networks and know somebody that you know that knows you, that is going to suggest you to a friend. And then that friend will list with you, and then he will connect you to another friend. And now you are in that market. Another way to get up there is your gradual growth as a real estate agent. You know, you sold a house to somebody at 150. Now you're selling. Now they call you back 3 years later. Now they have to sell it at 350, and they want to buy something in the 4s. And then gradually, within a 10-year real estate career, you're in the millions, and you don't know how you got there, but you know how you got there because you were promoting yourself every single time, because you built the relationships for those people to call you back. So always remember that. You have to understand the perception that you're building in yourself. Which realtor are you? Knowing who you are, and then building from there. Know who you are as a realtor and build from there. Don't try to sell me a house you don't know what crown molding is. You know what I'm saying? That's important.
So that all kind of
consistencies.
The what?
Consistency and consistency.
Consistency.
Gotta be
That's very true.
consistent.
But everything that Ray
100%.
mentioned about tapping into the luxury market, tapping in, understanding, it all comes down back to us gaining knowledge and understanding of where we're headed, and understand what we want. All this comes back to that, understanding of where we want to be at. Because if, like Ray said, if you want to be on the luxury market, but you have the mentality of a $300,000 market, then the things don't match. It
not gonna
don't
work.
match. You know, it's not going to work. So it's all about us getting that confidence and understanding where we're headed, so we can start adapting to those things, not listening to everything that's going on outside. Because the thing is that's why I love the next one, the last point, which is your external conditions don't define your internal calling. Because if you know that your calling is to become $1 million listing agent, you know, it don't matter what's going on. It don't matter what's going on the outside. Nothing's going to distract you. People that are, you know, just to the point, I've known agents that they're so focused in regards to their market that they're on, that even if they get a call from someone that wants to buy a $350,000 house, they'll refer it out. That way they can stay focused on what they want to accomplish, which is be that $1 million listing agent in that aspect. So all those things should come back and like wrap around to the topic today, that it's all in your head. What is it that you're trying to perceive out there, or of where you were headed to, pretty much?
100%. One thing that Priscilla brought this up, we were talking about one of my agents, Alex Acosta, right?
Yeah.
Go look at his sales. 1.2 million, 800,000, 1.4 million. Why? He just started in real estate. How is he at the million? Well, he started with networks. He knows people that own homes in that market. Why? Because he owns homes in that market. You get what I'm saying? So always remember, it doesn't matter where you start. It just matters which way. Like I said, identify who you are. Have the mindset of, I'm already a millionaire. Go push to be. I'm already a millionaire real estate agent. I'm going to go push to do that. You know, I gradually got up there. I didn't get up there from one day to the next like he did. He's lucky. He came in. His first deal was 1.4 million. Wow. That was his first closing. last year. That was his first closing. He did this year. He's done 4 million, and he's only sold 3 homes.
Wow.
So understand that it all, and keep in mind, this is a guy that doesn't know real estate, but he has surrounded himself with people like, I'm telling you right now, we do his marketing because he's part of my team, by the way. We do his marketing, we do everything. He just goes out and connects and brings in the deals. Right now, I have 2 listing appointments that he brought in. Once again, something that Caesar said. Guess what price point these houses are at? 300,000. You think he's gonna touch them? He's like, no. He just gave them to me. He said, "You, Ray, go do the listing appointment on these. You can have these." I'm like, all right.
Look at that. So he
Yeah.
understands his calling. He understands where he wants to be at, and he's not allowing anything external to really distract him of what he wants to do. So I want this for people that are listening to kind of reflect in regards, because I like reflecting a lot. I love writing questions down and asking and answering those questions. And the question I have here is, how would your business shift if you believed your calling was bigger than the market? Think about that. If you believe that your calling was bigger than the market, it don't matter. The market could be crashing, everything could be going down. But if you believe that your calling is bigger, that you're gonna get there, you're unstoppable. That's an unstoppable mindset that it's so key sometimes that we need to have that. That we need to strive for that, to have that unstoppable mindset that no matter what's going on, no matter what's going on in the market or whatever noise is going on, we can continue to stay focused on our calling and where we need to be at.
Yeah, and that's what Magda said. You have to know what your why is, and your why has to be big. You know, it has to be big, and it has to have, and the purpose behind it has to give you some kind of an emotion. Like, you know, you have to, when you think about how big you want it to be, you want to like, oh my God, how does it make you feel? You know, do you get emotional about your goal? Do you get emotional about your why? And if you do, that's great. You have a good why. If your why doesn't move you, doesn't make you get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, doesn't make you do the things you want to do, then you have to change your why. You have to definitely change your why. But that's huge. You start at why.
I want to really quick before Priscilla goes on the chat here on the YouTube live. We have Rosalia. Well, congratulations, you're closing 2 deals. That's really good.
And she's
And
brand new, so
and then
congrats.
she said that her confidence came from her first deal, and then it started flowing from there. That's a big one too, because when you get that first deal, that's that push, that oh man, this can be done, and you see that check, you're like, wait a minute, this is something big right here. Let's continue.
Momentum, right?
Let's work.
I know how
Who
to
remembers
do
their
it
first
now. I
check?
know how to do it. Let's go.
Who remembers their
Confidence
first
is
check?
the momentum, is like everything we talk about right now. So
Yeah.
definitely goes with it.
But
No,
who
she
remembers
said,
their
this
first
is
check?
reality. Wow.
Yeah.
Because
That's awesome.
that's good.
So
No
what
one
I
heard
think
you
is,
know?
if you believe the market is slow, your energy is going to slow down. If you believe there is an opportunity out there, you will find it. So think about that for a minute. Write down some of this notes. How did I feel? Did I feel like, oh, the rate is too high and then therefore I'm not going to sell a property? Or I feel there's going to be someone out there who's going to need to purchase a home because the rent is going up and it's cheaper to buy the rent. There's opportunity to be out. So there's a lot of opportunity. So let's try to switch that mindset.
Yeah, I was when I mentioned consistency is because I was checking here and saying the market reflects your consistency, not just your skill. Being good isn't enough. So we gotta show up. We gotta be consistency, and we gotta know our numbers and know what we are doing. So that's very important.
Thank you so much. As we're wrapping up, I got 4 questions I want people that are listening to kind of jot down and see if so they can, when they are thinking or when they're sitting down preparing, for you to ask yourself as you are working on your mindset pretty much, because it's all about mindset today. One is the thought that you have, is it rooted in the market or in your mindset? That's number 1. Number 2 is, how does that reflect what you believe about your value? Whatever thought you're going through your mind, does that reflect the value that you want to bring, or where you're headed? And then third one is, what would shift if you believe the value was in you and not out there? Okay. Think about those questions. The last one, would a confident leader respond in that way? I love that one. To me, that's by far the most powerful one. What would a confident leader respond in that way? So whatever you're thinking, and that is affecting you currently, either as a new agent, seasoned agent, because we all go through things, even if we've been in the business 20 years, you know, you ask yourself that question, would a confident leader respond that way? That right there kind of lines you up again a little bit. Wait a minute, it doesn't. Someone as a leader does not respond in this tone. They will not be affected by what's going on. So, no, let's continue moving forward. So, use those 4 questions. That way, you can go ahead and this week, help you shape the rest of the week, to help you get lined up, to help you get in line to where your calling is in your big why. Norma, you had your hand up?
Yes. Wake up every morning with an attitude that you're going to win. Do your affirmations. That's very important.
Yes.
I'm worth it. I'm still, whatever affirmation is worth for you. And be grateful. Grateful for everything you have. You practice gratitude daily to stay focused on wins. And set up small wins every week. Doesn't have to be every month, every quarter. No, every week. Let's see what is going to be my win this week. Have a goal. That way, I think you will be, more focused on your goal. And be grateful. Be grateful for everything you have, because you have a lot. You have us. You have the community. You have this great company, you have these great people over here, they are always here to help you. Okay,
that's so important, Norma. Thank you for bringing that up. That's why we have the community. That's why we partnered with Evolution Network and now Cambit out in English, so we able to touch all the agents. So again, if you want to be part of this community, just reach one of us. We're here to motivate you. We're here to help you. We're here to help you grow your business, and not only grow up your business, but with that, growing yourself as well. So again, thank you. Do we have anything else, Cesar, that we want to?
No, that's all. Just don't forget about the Jaque Mate. Here's the QR code. That way you can find out more information on it. It's going to be a great event. You don't want to miss it. And aside from that, until next Monday.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget,
thank you for joining us, guys.
Call us if you have a
guys,
question.
you need to apply at least 3 things we mentioned here.
Yes.
You
got it. You got it. Thank you, everyone, for being part of it. We appreciate
Have a good week, guys.
And
have a good
we hope to see you Thursday.
Thursday
is every Thursday at 10 a.m. Hopefully see you guys at the office if you want to be in person.
And don't forget also Wednesdays in Spanish in the Sand Lake location.
Yeah. So Mindset Monday in Spanish at 9 a.m. Wednesday they have meeting at 10 a.m. in Sand Lake. Thursday we have meeting in person at Nona office, and Fridays 8 a.m. is a leadership Fridays to teach you how to grow your downline and how to become a better leader. So you have everything you need with this community. So again, if you want to be part of it, reach to one of us, and we'll be more than happy to assist you. Thank you,
awesome.
everyone.
Thank you so much,
Let's
everyone.
get ready for the Jaque Mate.
Happy
I have my tickets already.
Happy week.
All right.